computer.
Hello, everyone. Hello. After a couple of weeks, we are prepping to explore Hakiptos, to be precise, the city of Fajus. However, before we do that, let's go for introduction. We have a roster of players tonight. We have Rock, Jarvis, Hot Pot, Brian, David, and Zeppo. They are going to, do their shenanigan as usual in the Tales of the Forgotten Sea. You know what it is, you know what we're doing, and you know how we play. So, without further ado, let's dive into this episode for tonight. We are finally in Archipels. We are finally reaching our, you know, the treasure somewhat. Somehow, we are probably gonna have some more things to do along the way, and there is a person to kill. Just just one.
I mean, there might be a few along the way.
Maybe a few along the way. Some people wants to find an arena. Some other want to go to the light district. So we need to find money. That's an important things to do. Zeppo killed everyone last session, to be precise. It was a dream, but it was an interesting
Wasn't a dream.
one.
We all wake up. We actually all died.
Yes, we are all dead at the bottom of the sea, in now part of the Rekisi Empire.
That explains why we all got our relationships right there because we're all. It's all a dream. Got it.
It's all a dream. But speaking of dreams and etc., let's make this a beautiful dream and let's start with this session for tonight. We are at the harbor of Ajus. The weather, it's amazing, and at the same time is daunting. The heat out there, it's devouring your skin. Is The sand is making it itchy. Uh, some of you are used to very cold weather. Even if you are a reptilian like you, Rock, you're used to be in Fradiker, and Fradiker is up north. It's it's
It's
uh,
warm though in Fratiker though.
the the south of Fradiker is a little
Uh,
warmer, but the north of Fradiker is covered in snow 90% of the year. So compared to here in Akiptos, where is desertic, it's a huge difference in degrees. Um, and yes, you are a reptilian. You got a little bit of resistance to warm environment and etc. But this is killing you. And while Alvida and Jarvis, they are come from Ugre, the, this place is hell. This place is making you sweat even just by standing still. Um, the the wind that hit your skin is warm and cold and dry. Sorry, and hot and dry, not cold. I wish it was cold. And you guys see, when you look at the horizon, you have the shimmering feelings when the heat rise from the ground and make everything almost looking like a little bit in a blur. And there is something that you're going to discover very soon, Jarvis. You're still close to the sea, so your school of magic is still powerful. But you feel that more you get into inland, more things are going to be difficult because water is something that you need. And out there, there's pretty much none.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs it for a lot of reasons.
Yes. Now, you are, and this is something we discussed last session, but just to repeat for everyone, you are in Fajus. one of the city of the beautiful island called Hannenheim. You are heading northeast from here into the desert to get to Kairos, the capital of Akiptos. This city is divided in different districts, and now you are in the Sehret Niman, the main port and trade hub. You know that you need to get somewhere to collect stuff, sell what you got, and collect information, money, and the right equipment. Because you also know that facing the desert without a good equipment, a guide, and enough water, it doesn't matter how strong you are, how powerful is your magic, you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still at the harbor. You're still, dealing with getting down from the harbor into the streets and etc. And the other thing is, none of you speak the language.
Hmm.
So,
Is
Okay.
there a common that is spoken?
okay, so what you guys use between each other, except, out of game English, in game you use what is commonly known as the the tide speech, also known as the common language. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's an amalgam of words that from pretty much every single country. When you speak, it's a cacophony of sound. It's something that a lot of people know, but more you get to nobles, people in charge, and etc., more they are not willing to speak that language because it's considered, you know, for lower class.
Mm-hmm.
Carla knows it because she also spent a lot of time in with the Witch of Obolowa, and they are need to be able to communicate with everyone.
Okay.
And also, what time of day is it? Did we get into port fairly early, kind of late?
I will let say you can decide on that. It's definitely the day. The sun is not set yet, but on that matter, you can decide that it's a early morning or early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still need to
Um,
do some planning before we take off, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
oh,
okay.
well, Jarvis was gonna do a thing on his own. So if that's okay, it was gonna be quick. This is
Mhm.
this is part of what you're working on, Rock. I promise. Um, so if you don't mind,
I don't know.
'cause,
I don't mind at
I
all.
mean, we can do some planning first, and then he can do it afterwards if that's more amenable to everybody. I don't want to try to run the things.
Hey, Jarvis,
What's up, Hotpot?
this I never made this for this particular environment. I'm not sure if it will um have much effect here. He
Hmm.
Hot Pot hands Jarvis a flask. This is a cooling herbal tea.
That's not a
It
bad
was
idea.
it was designed to try to lower your body temperature a little bit and give you some kind of resistance to the environment.
Hmm.
This place is more extreme than what I had in mind when I made this, but this might help you. I
Uh,
hate this
I
place
appreciate it.
already, and I can tell it's having more of an effect on you than it is me.
Yeah. I mean, he's sweating. He's got most of his clothes off at this point. And Yeah, I'm gonna need to get myself a really large parasol.
I was
Um,
just about to ask about umbrellas. That was on my
yeah,
to-do list.
yeah,
Not for the rain, not for rain, but for the
not for rain,
sun.
just for the sun.
Plus,
I'm hoping
um,
at some point to go and
mhm,
kind of help to prepare myself for the place, but I mean everybody's kind of itching to come up with a plan. So I, what I was thinking about doing, I can do a little while later on after we do
mhm.
some talking. How do we get would the bottom of the boat the I want to say the hull, but that might not be the right where down where Geraldine resides, would that be a cooler place because it's in the shade and underwater? Would that be the
It's
coolest point in the boat?
yeah, is the coolest point in the both, and it's still very warm right now.
It still would probably be warm, yes, but otherwise we'd have no other real option. Why don't we? Because Geraldine's going to need to know she's going to be coming with us. Why don't
Well, I think she was
those two?
deciding on that.
She was
Um,
decide.
Well,
Well, she was still deciding, yes, but
but
it.
including her in on it
yeah,
will help her maybe make her decision.
Mhm.
And whether she's coming or going, she needs to know what our plan is so that she knows how to deal with it one way or the other. And it's also going to be cooler for everybody, so maybe we could uh, go down there and speak.
sure.
Um, Also,
What time is it?
she's obviously got things down there that may be useful to us, so we may be able to look at some of those things and add those into our planning. Um, I've got a couple of ideas. Some of them are a little bit harebrained, maybe, but I think we all have some probably harebrained ideas and some good ideas. So let's throw everything on the table. Um,
To answer to your hot pot, we are still in the morning. I let you guys decide what moment in the morning it is. So just briefly between you guys, you can decide. I will say that if you decide that it's early morning, you're not gonna get out of the ship until probably midday.
mhm.
If you decide that it's early afternoon, you're not gonna get out of the ship and started to explore the city until late, probably 5, 6 p.m.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just because I'm considering the time to, be ready, do the entire discussion, getting, prepared to face the city, and also having enough information to know where to go.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think that just above table, obviously, um, obviously Miguel's going to be there, but it'll be the four of us. Obviously Geraldine, uh, the
Carla,
captain, Carla. Um, I don't know if Kuhan is going to want to be there,
He's gonna
Juan was
watch the
unless
ship, I think.
Juan
Kuhan's
was
maybe
part
down
of
down for the discussion.
Yeah, Kwan was part of the discussion previous session, if you remember. He was there.
Yes,
He
yes.
took it took the responsibility to look over the rest of the crew and the ship
Hmm.
during
Hmm.
your time of absence. So he will also deal with the, pay the port, pay, making sure that everything is, under regulation and etc. So
Well, that's kind of what
unless
I
you
was thinking.
guys are unless you guys are inviting him to this discussion right now, he has a lot tons to do.
That's kind of what I was thinking. He needs to deal with the port master and all that kind of stuff. The one, and I don't know who this person might be, but obviously there's 30 something people on this boat, and somebody might be at least from this island, if not maybe from the city. And so if there's anybody who is from here, I think that we should use them to get at least some level of intel of how the city works and where we could go to get the best score in the shortest amount of time.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the rest of the crew right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Omar, uh, Omar Sahik Delemet, he's from Akiptos, not precisely from here, but
Mm-hmm.
from this island. so he knows a little bit about the place.
Sure.
So what you guys get in terms of information with him, because he's happy to share and etc., it's pretty much telling you, be careful about the price, because you all look like a bunch
The
of
tourists.
strangers,
Yeah.
and they will try to rip you off like without any hesitation.
Mhm.
Every smile here, it's a blade hidden.
My kind of town. Got it.
Yeah, and you need to find a local that you can trust.
Mhm.
Another things they will tell you is pretty much how this city is divided, because it's divided with similar to other towns in this country.
Mhm.
It's very section, you know. It's like there is a section where there is the residential and nomadic people. There is a section where there is the red light district. There is a section, there is the souk or the bazaar. You know, it's not just, oh, I'm going to build my shop here or wherever. No, you need to follow the rules and be in that area.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so like zoning going on. Okay.
Exactly. And that is the reason why I gave you guys a map, so for you to plan, because those are the kind of information you are collecting.
Mhm.
Um, and another thing he will tell you immediately is never show where you put your money.
Mhm.
Because let's say that beware of pickpocket here is the first rule. The second rule is be friendly.
Mhm. Mhm. Um, I probably would ask him two things. Um, how much are people kind of try to fleece us? Are we looking at 15%, 25%? I mean, I don't know if he can put some kind of a guess on that kind of thing, so that if somebody says, "I'll sell you this for a thousand silver," we should really be asking more for like 800, just to kind of get some kind of a
between
percentage.
between 30 between 20-30% is probably what they're gonna charge on top of what they already got it.
Yeah, that's
uh,
our tourist fee.
yeah, and but usually that drop when you find the right guy to make the bargain for you. So it's like, if you bargain,
Hmm.
you you can drop the price to maybe from 30% extra to the actual price. But
Hmm.
if they bargain, the person that you chose to doing it for you because he's a local, he can
Hmm.
get an extra discount. So from that price, he can go down to 50% less.
Okay. Would this I apologize, whatever you said his name was, would this mate be willing to help us in some of the bargaining, or maybe at least find a local that like, oh hey, I know that guy, he can help us out, and then he could return to the ship. Is that a possibility?
His name is Omar, and
Omar, thank you.
doesn't Omar, yeah, and he doesn't know this. He's never, he knows the area, but he never
Hmm.
been here, so he doesn't have a contact here.
Hmm. Hmm. Sure,
One of
sure.
the
But I
things they
mean, at least.
tell you is to look for the symbol um, of the Hapesge clan. The Hapesge clan are the merchants, and usually each one of them has the same symbol, but with slightly different detail on it, because it's depending on what area of they cover. And what you're looking for is what the people around here call hadrachomir. It's a guide that travel across the desert.
Okay. That down.
Can you put that last one, the Hak Krakas Mir, into
I
the
Hydrakamir?
just put it in the chat so you can read it. Dhkrakakhomir. Dracomir. It's a little bit different to pronounce. It's like a lot of rolling your tongue.
Gotcha.
But it's the Bedouin guide of the outer sand. That's what the name means.
cool.
All right. So we're gonna be having this meeting downstairs. So I assume we're getting like we talked about a little bit earlier last time about Geraldine outfitting us for this trip, at least as much as we can be. Um.
And Omar will also help on that.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
to outfit you for the desert, but to outfit you not to look like a fish out of water as soon as you get out of the ship.
Right.
And Jarvis, your first instinct is to remove everything you have on you because it's too hot out there.
Huh?
And during this fitting, they keep covering you with layers. They are putting a
Well, he was.
lot of layers on any one of you. You look like you barely can see yourself at the end of this.
Well, Jarvis also understands that because the layers help to hold in the moisture, and the moisture is critical. He was taking his clothes off because of the thing he was going to go and do. So he was preparing himself to go and do the thing. So he may do that again, but I'll get to that afterwards.
Yeah. No, I mean, what I'm saying is they give
I
you
understand that.
that
Yeah.
an outfit. You don't need to wear it right now, but they are just giving you, okay, so no. Now this you
Mhm.
put it on your head. This one you put it on yourself. It's like you
Yeah.
need to less skin you are showing, the better.
Okay.
Less likely you are to get burned. Also, we had talked about the armor that we got in the temple. Jarvis
Yes,
being able
and
to get
the
that.
coral armor that you gave it to Juan, and after the discussion last time, Juan gave it back to you.
Okay, just want to make sure, and maybe I can get stats for that or whatever um, at some point. That's fine. All right. Sorry, Rock.
That's okay.
No,
I can tell you
that's
already.
fine.
The bulk word of the armor is 7.
Okay.
So about the parasols and the umbrellas, will we look too touristy if we carry the umbrella to like? Okay, I was hoping to keep the sun off us some more, but that's fine.
Well, I feel like I have seen people riding camelback with almost like a, a a tent over them, like three or four stakes and a cloth over the top of them to help keep the sun, at least the noonday sun,
But you won't
off
look
of
like a
them.
local, probably. That's the
I
problem.
mean, but locals would, but this is people in Egypt actually,
Oh, well,
who are nomadic traveling that way because they know I don't care what I look like. I want to protect myself.
Yeah. One of the things that Omar will tell you, and if he's going to, if even if it's going to cost a little bit more, if you get the chance, rent what he calls sand walkers, and they are
Hmm.
not camels.
Hmm.
I'm going to describe it to you when you see them. But
fair.
the creature they live here, that is, from this country, the people call sand walkers, and they are use them to, travel across the desert.
Of course, yeah, yeah. Again, we want a little bit more money for better things for creatures. Is obvious. Okay. Um,
But those
no,
pretty
so that
much are the information that you can get out of this, crew member.
mhm. Great. Thank you, Omar. This has been huge. At least we have a general contact we can look for, and you helping us to get outfitted, we look less stupid.
And he will say this also, but this is just completely, like him sharing his, the fact that he lives here, so he live it here, so he knows this country and etc. this is the only place in the world where you can get guava in his original state. Guava is the name of coffee in TFS.
Hmm.
And this is the country that produce coffee.
Good to know.
And if you don't like guava, I suggest the red tea. Is a specific tea that is also served here, and he likes it with mint.
Yeah, we'll get Hot Pot to make some espresso by boiling it down.
Uh, you Hot Pot have used and made guava, in during all those years. It's something that sometimes you make for yourself or even for the captain. A nice, cup of classic cup of Joe, etc. The thing is, here, when you buy it in other country and etc., you have the ground and powder.
Right.
Here they sell the seeds, and they had different flavors. Some are toasted, some are not, and etc. etc. etc.
Is
So
the resale value better? See, this is my marketing. His marketing thing goes, if you buy it here as a product,
yeah,
like we use some of our money to invest in buying coffee, basically, and then
yes,
we
pretty much.
travel to wherever our next destination is. Is that a way to get more money? Can we get more found from that?
No, because it's still in this country.
Well, not in this country. What I'm saying is further down the line. Like if
Oh
we,
yeah, if you that is why this country is so rich, because they produce two main things. They produce coffee and oil.
okay,
and and everyone needs that.
good to
You
know. Okay,
guys use a lot of oil just for your lantern, but
right.
you are a single ship. Consider that Archiptos have oil since the beginning of the history of the archipelago, and they have been feeding every single country ever since. The
Okay.
whole the whole problem with Carla's father and the whole things that he was killed because he was trying to adjust the rate of selling oil around the archipelago from
Uh,
Akiptos to Obolowa to Fradiker to make the price equal
so
instead of having being having
so he was
people
killed
paying.
over oil prices. Interesting.
Exactly.
Huh. All right. So we'll get the gear that we need. Obviously the parasols we're not going to bring them if they're going to make us look dumb, basically. And well, I'm going to let we should probably have Garvis be able to do his thing. I just want to just check to make sure that I think the first place we should head is the market. We go to the market first, then the Red Lake District. We don't go the other way around. I think that makes the most sense to me,
Mhm.
and that's where I'll leave it there.
Zarinet Halsug, the Grand Bazaar and social nexus of Fajus. Before you go to Laihal Hahrir, or also known as the Red Light District. um, the captain will follow you guys. However, there is a good chance that we're going to kind of split the party in small, you know, instead of moving everyone together in a big group, the captain will suggest that maybe like three of us go there, another four of us goes there, and etc. 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 But we will get to that point after you leave the ship. So, Jarvis, what are you trying to do?
Well, I first off, I wanted to touch base with Geraldine to see if she'd made up her mind whether she wanted to join us or not. She's welcome either way.
Mm-hmm. The thing
Um,
is, she did not made up her mind because you had the conversation about all of this just a couple of hours ago. So
okay.
she's still, thinking about it and etc. Because
Hmm.
the idea that you guys are pretty much looking for an inquisitor,
Hmm.
does it put her at ease?
Hmm.
Because Inquisitor, especially Siren Inquisitor, they are
Hmm.
kind of focused on one thing, and that
Oh,
one
of course.
thing is killing.
Yeah, and it's not like we're looking for an Inquisitor to to kill them. She'd probably be thrilled to do that, but we're looking for an Inquisitor to hopefully join us, and that could become very problematic. Sure.
Yeah.
No, I also
So,
wanted to touch base with her. Okay, yeah, sorry. Finish what you're gonna say.
so you also guys arrange the fact that you're going to be a list in town for at least a couple of days before you heading
Uh-huh.
into the desert to collect everything and etc. Maybe find that arena you were talking about.
Hmm.
So she just going to take those couple of days to simmer and think about it and give you an answer before you guys go. Uh,
Hmm. Yeah, we
in,
have some time for her.
yeah, in the same, and she is still, she has eventually her equipment, and one of the things that you now know, because she is literally a corpse walking, she doesn't suffer the weather,
Hmm.
but at the same time, she need to find a way to conceal what she looks like, because
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter how tall she is, that there are other people out there that can be tall as her, but she definitely doesn't look natural.
yeah, yeah. She's scary tall.
Yeah.
Um, uh, so the other thing I wanted to touch base with you about, and it's fine. Please think about this as long as you need to. It is uh, understood. But if you have things that we can borrow, take with us, whether you come or not, that would help each of us who are going definitely. Um, we again, if you need time to think on those things as well, please please add that into your consideration. Is whether you come or not, I'm sure you want to see us all return. Um, uh, so beyond that, unless you have an answer now on those things, um, I the first thing that we may want to consider is creating some extra funds by selling things that we don't currently need, like cannons, gunpowder. If we're going to be here for a while, we don't need 16 cannons. We don't have to sell them all. We could get a fair amount of money for 4 or 8 cannons and the gunpowder that goes along with them, just to give us some uh, money to make investments, and hopefully multiply. Um, it could be useful, and anything else that we have that would be um, not tied down. Uh, I think I don't know what those things would be, but I think Jarvis would know, and maybe Rock would have a better understanding of that kind of stuff. But any of the things that we don't need. Um, Obviously, we need weapons and whatnot, but if there are things that are, maybe we could sell boats. Um, you know, survive currently with just two two lifeboats as opposed to the four. Um, I know it might not be lots of money, but anything that we can get our hands on, any coin that we have in our pocket, should be accounted for.
Hmm.
We need to come up with a lot of silver right now, and the more money we have to play with, the faster we may be able to get there. Uh, I like your idea, Rock, of going to the bazaar and to the red light district, maybe two different parties doing both of those things to get intel, to look for possible sources of income. My heart is actually more set on the uh, forbidden zone, but that is something I can put off unless we find that it is definitely a lucrative. endeavor. Um, the fight pit, if there is one in the town, could be a place that we could either make money fighting in, or, and he looks at Hot Pot, make money stealing from. I don't know how much we want to piss in that pot, but if we know that they are not, unless we know that they are absolutely not people we want to trifle with, then um, maybe we can come up with some wild scheme to steal money from
Mhm.
them. Unfortunately, business takes time, and I don't believe that we have weeks to make 8,000 silver. We have days. And so we need to lean on every possibility uh, and be willing to hurt the right people.
Okay. Before you also going on with this, Omar will also give you an other information that this is important.
Mhm.
Um, so just a quick overview of Akiptos and etc. There are 6 large islands. You're on the northern one of them. 20 smaller one, but those are not important right now. The thing is, Akipto's official language is Akiptian and Obolowa, because they have been under Obolowa influence for almost 2 centuries. So Carla will not have a lot of problem speaking with some of the people here. But one of the things that Omar told you is like, okay, we have the Sukan. The Sukan are 6 of them, and they are the leader of our nation. But the Sukan answer to the 9 clan of Akiptos. Each clan has a different roles. Each clan has a different, like they have. It is a very specific structure. But there are 2 clans that you should never piss off. And if you get in touch with some of them, trade carefully. Because yes, for example, the Apesge clan will be more happy to do any form of bargaining with you, and etc. The Thoth clan will have will be happy to share information because that's what their role. The Yekasoheb will have, they're more magic oriented, and etc. 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 But the Menesek Haman are the bandit of the desert, and they are the one. They are they are traveling across all Akiptos. They are nomads, and they are also the one that knows where the Oleum is located. So they are fierce protector of those hidden places, and this is also one of the reasons why they are allowed to raid and ride across the desert as they please. And that is one. The other one is the Ventukjin. The Ventukjin clan is both the army and the intelligence of this country. And what I mean is they are part of the army of Akithos, and at the same time they are the spy and assassin of Akithos. So if you ever met some of them, if you ever get in touch with any of those 2 clans, be careful what you say and how you act. Please carry on.
Well, the Bentuk Jin are the ones that we are that we heard about.
Yeah.
I don't know what the relationship is. They sounded like wild spirits when we first heard about them, but they're just mortal people who are dangerous. I
And
guess is
I need you to do me a persuasion roll. Uh, Not because you need to persuade him to tell you more, but because it's more like during the conversation how much is sharing about this clan.
hmm
Because technically speaking, in Akitos they prefer not to talk about them.
hmm Do I need to make that roll
Yes,
or
yeah.
okay. Fortunately, I am not great at persuasion.
I
See how we
put
go.
a list of all the clan in the chat so you guys can
Thank
have an
you.
idea.
Yeah, that's not great. That's 7 plus 1, 8.
8. Okay, so one of the things I will say to you is the following. Ventuk Jin, with the J, is the name
hmm
of the clan. Ventuk the Jin, with the D in front of it, is the name of something that is in the desert and is better not to talk about.
Okay. So they're different, but maybe they have some connection because of something.
He's doing like a gesture that you don't recognize, and he's almost like mumbling to himself, like almost like praying, because he doesn't want to repeat that name again.
Hmm. Um. All right. That's uh. That's fine. Sorry to make you uncomfortable, Omar, but thank you for the information. This is what we're dealing with. So one is bad and the other is worse. Um, great.
Okay,
All right. So
so mhm.
we can we can break up and go one one group go into the market, see what kind of information and things, opportunities we can come across, and then the other group could go to the red light district and look for information. Um, and that is the other thing that we have currently is what information do we have? There's obviously a clan that deals in information. And so if we have our own information and can collect other information, whether it be different or a compulsory information to what we already know, maybe we could use that to entice this clan that deals in it to either buy it from us or um, I don't know, just an angle. We have to look at all of them. What do you
the
think, Rock?
captain,
You're the
the captain will just say, "Okay, listen, I understand that splitting will be better, but maybe at least at the beginning we all go together."
Yeah, I was gonna
Mhm.
just say that as well.
Okay. That's
The problem here is that so we have two different places to go, and unfortunately, I'm good at both of them. Because like one is bargaining and dealing with sales and marketing kind of stuff, and the other is dealing with people. And so it's very hard to say which group I would supposed to go with to either of these missions.
Um, Carla will say,
Amy-
"Okay, personally speaking, I don't think I will like to stay too much into the red light district. I'm not going to stop you, of course. I just don't see myself lingering in those kind of places."
And that's completely understandable. I'm going there to try to get contacts and see if I can find people that are willing to give us information. Uh, stuff that happens there will not be. He'll make like a face and be like, "It's I'm doing what I need to do to get information."
Yes, of course, of
Okay,
course.
Well, maybe
She give a glance to the captain. The captain is looking away.
maybe
the most
maybe from
subtle
this point of
conversation
view,
right there.
maybe from this point of view, let's think about it in this regard. Both places are marketplaces, just of different types.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
And
could
so
say that.
the one is important to the other. Going to the bazaar and um, seeing what we find and maybe connecting a contact in the red light district will make it so we don't have to spend as much time there and be a little bit more focused on our endeavors there. We're looking, that is a place we're going to find information, um, and hopefully reliable contacts either for what we need to buy or what we may be able to make money at.
So
Um, so
I
I
have
think
sort of
going
a
to the
plan.
bazaar
Sorry, Albert.
first makes more sense.
So I have a plan about how we're going to approach this because you were talking about information. If we go into the marketplace, I bet you there's someone that you could trade information with. I don't have a ton of knowledge, but you read lots of books. Maybe you could go talk to somebody who could, I don't know, trade with. Maybe bring Carla because she speaks the language properly. And then you can, I don't know, have a conversation with them, maybe get some more lore, while me and somebody else will go and talk to a market stall. I have an idea based on what we learned from our friend, what the proper logo and insignia of those people are, so I can find someone reputable, to talk to. So we don't
Yeah.
end up with what happened last time when we went shopping. Though that turned
No.
out well in the end, you know.
Yes. No. No. And the past, and we're learning from it. No, that makes a lot of sense. We have at least some leads to follow. Let's let's go
Split
dig into them.
within the district, split into two separate parties, and then we'll regroup. You
Yes.
know,
Uh, have a general area and maybe we can find a point in a time to say we're coming back here at this
right?
time, and and at that point and if everyone's not back at that point, then we can
We'll
deal with that
we'll do
situation.
what we normally do, yeah, something like that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So this one particular tribe that is like nomads and assassins, I think you said.
There is one nomadic one, the sorry, Mesek Manan, also known as the Son of the Water. They are riders and oleum providers, and those are the one of the one that Homer told you, be careful with them. They can be very violent if they want, and that's one. And there's the other one, the Ventukjin tribe, that also known as the Demons of the Wind. They are like the warrior and the assassin of Akipsos. So they are those two different roles.
Yeah, okay. So that one, I'm sorry, let me the Ventux Jin tribe.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Hot Pot can somehow use like his past as a way to appropriate money from them. I don't know if I mean they're assassins, so they would probably like take care of business themselves, but maybe they have um like
Okay,
a job.
Are you gonna
I
do
want
murder for
to,
hire for money? What the hell?
I want to say something. Roll me an history check to
Okay.
understand something about
That's dark.
this thing.
Okay. Just a second.
Yeah, no, of course, no worries.
Okay, so
If it's not history, I also will allow society.
where is society?
under presence is the
Okay.
top is the bottom one, but
Okay. So, um, I don't have any in
either history.
either of them. So I'm gonna roll a wisdom because it's gives me 4 dice. I would keep the highest and the lowest, right?
Yes, but you
Uh,
also give you a +2 on the roll.
yeah. Okay. Well, I rolled well enough. I rolled a 6, a 5, a 5, and a 5.
So 6 and 5, 11, +2, we have a 13.
Yeah.
You were thinking about this, and you remember something. You remember something because as Torkal, you you have this moment of, oh yeah, I dealt with them, not directly because I know how problematic they can be. The clan is divided in specific role inside the clan, and the clan itself is follow a kind of philosophy of yin and yang. The male member of the clan are the sun, and the women are the moons. The sun are the warrior, the moons are the killer. So men are not allowed to be assassins.
Well, so
I
much.
wonder
Yeah.
if there's a possibility for Hot Pot to make an arrangement with them where he can appropriate money up front for a debt later on.
I mean,
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm not saying no, but you need to find one of them first and also convince them to to be an assassin for them.
Yeah. Okay. This is a case of I wonder if his reputation would precede him, and they would recognize who he is or what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, no, of course. You are
Game
also,
recognizes game.
no, of course, game recognized game, but at the same time, you are far, far from home.
I
Yeah.
have a quick question, if I may.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Rock actually, I know it was somewhat joking, but I have two tomes, the Arcane tome and the uh, Tempest Grasp tome.
Yeah.
I forget which one of those was the expensive one
So,
at this point,
um,
or
it's okay. Let me double check on your character sheets so I know exactly which one you're talking about. So the Arcane Tome is the one that is a little bit more generic, and you got it pretty much with your equipment at the beginning. The Arcane Tempest Grasp Tome is the one that gives you specific bonus on the Ties of the Storm spells. However, both of them at the moment are pretty much useless compared to the Ring of Oshun that you have on yourself.
okay. All right, so I have the possibility, and I've obviously read and probably even made notes about the Tempest Grasp tome, because that's something that he would do to help himself learn. So if he were to use that uh, as like a source of knowledge, maybe he could do something along those lines. All right, thank you. And I
Yeah,
think I bought that for like 5 gold.
yeah, it was a very expensive tome. Also, it was a tome that it was written, if you remember, by Senator Julian Graves. So the
No, this
man that
this
you
isn't
guys are trying to avoid.
this isn't the one that was written by Graves. The
No,
I
no,
I
sorry.
passed on the one written by him because I wanted to because I like
Yeah, you're
the
right.
other
You're
guy
right.
and I wanted to get the better one. But
Yeah,
that's okay.
a
It's
little
okay.
bit of confusion on my part, but you're
No,
right.
that was
You're
a
right.
lot of information a long time ago. It's okay. I but anyway, that is a powerful book. It has knowledge and it's got value to it. So there's a couple different things there I could do potentially as I'm moving around. So that's one of those things I'm gonna take both of those books with me when we do finally venture out. Um, so that's again, I have some possible. Also, let me ask you this. Um, I have the runed bandolier. I don't know
Yes.
if I can continue wearing that with the armor that I have.
Okay, so the bandolier goes around your, part of your chest, or the guy was wearing it around his waist, but you can go
Okay.
around your vest. Uh, it doesn't interfere with the armor.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
you are going to be look quite bulky because if you wear the armor plus the whole things to cover you plus the bandolier, you're just a little
Yeah.
bit. But that will start to give you some problem on terms of movement and probably evasion.
hmm
I will see.
hmm
Okay.
because I've never really used the ability that gives me. I mean, it might at some point, but again, that might be something I could look at selling as well, or at
hmm
least ask what the value of it is. And again, Jarvis is willing to part with almost anything, not anything, but almost anything to get us where we need to go and move faster into our final destination.
You guys need to
So,
consider also one thing. Uh,
mhm,
8,000 silver is the amount of money you need to, uh, roughly, because you don't know if that is actually the right price, to
mhm,
get to the
mhm,
equipment to allow you to get from here to Kairos and came back. But you also, the rest of the crew are going to also try to sell and collect the money in order to survive here by themselves for the few weeks that you're going to get out. So
mhm,
yes,
mhm,
selling maybe a jolly boat or two, selling some of the cannons and etc. Yeah, that will happen. Not,
mhm, mhm.
not those money are not automatically for you guys, are more for the survival of the ship.
Well, I
I've
mean,
got an idea.
hopefully we could make more than the 8,000 so that they've got what they need to survive as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, 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 Seppo.
What what a, how much is the ship worth?
The ship, consider with all the stuff that is on board, plus and etc., is probably around 20, 25, maybe even 30 if sold at the right person. 30,000, I mean,
Mhm,
Silver or gold?
silver.
What if we sell the ship,
I don't.
complete our mission, and then we're pirates, we steal it.
That's a good that's a good strategy. The problem is
But
to convince the rest of the crew because in the meantime you guys are not here. Where they
Okay.
are going
where are
to
they gonna?
sleep? Or
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to find a place to live, and it's gonna cost them that much to live.
Okay. I
Um,
mean,
I think I
how
think what
about
might be
this?
a better what
What
might
if
be a
we
better plan for them while we're gone is to use the ship as either as a ferry or go back to fishing, something that is less less dangerous, a little bit more common, that will basically just keep them eating and living, relatively comfortably and having something to do that is safe. Um, so Kuhan would easily be able to do that. So you have a safe source of income, and then they could continue trying to find other sources of income that are more piratey
I mean,
as
Miguel's
they.
mother could like cook food and use it as a restaurant for all we know. You know what I mean? We don't know what people are going to do to make money. You
yeah,
know?
I mean, a little
that's
bit
something
every
that
man
if
for himself in a sense.
Yeah.
if you don't mind, I will say that the NPC will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure, sure.
but
what
of
about
course
this?
they need a list, a base, like
Mhm.
to do so. And if you
Mhm.
sell their home, because this is pretty much everyone's home right now, it will be a little bit more difficult.
I
Plus,
think
you need
Geraldine.
to.
I think Geraldine might just kill you even mentioning that because she's looking around at all of her her things. She's like, I can't take this down. This is like my temple.
You will
What
not
if
Yeah.
say
we
that.
what if we take out a what if like I mean there's got to be some like a financial institution here. What if we take out a loan like a lien against the ship where like we're not giving up, we're not selling the ship, we're just taking money like out of
Don't
it
do it.
like
Don't do
Hmm.
it.
but we're again like the crew that stays behind would still have a place to stay, and we're pirates, and what do you expect? Pirates are going to
Okay, so if you mention this, Carla will say, I can try to, sorry, I can try to use my family influence in order to ask to get some of the money we need. However, that means officialize my presence here in Akipzos.
That's yep.
Hmm. Yes, and
we don't want that though.
yeah,
Because
and
the
unfortunately,
moment
none of us.
I step into the administrative area, quarter, and I declare that a member of the Voraci family is in Akiptos, everyone will know.
Hmm, yeah, let's avoid that
What
unless we
could she
absolutely need to.
could she pretend to be from some other family that is of notoriety that might be able to
Unfortunately,
achieve the same results?
Hot Pot, in order to get to the money we need, I need to provide, um, you know, a proof of my identity. And if they ask me, oh, so you are from the Fandy family, where is your proof or you're part of them?
Can
While I
somebody can
provide
someone of the
or
sorry
yes, please.
can another crew member uh pretend to be a Varachi and then contact somebody from the family to send us, or I don't know, like wire us money or something like that?
It will take
I
some
think we
weeks.
Oh, it would take
Gonna take
weeks.
too long. Yeah. So
I
I had
see.
thought that, but I was just like, yeah, it's gonna take way too long.
But,
yeah
like
again
I
we're
only mentioned that like if a crew mate feigns to be of the Varachi family, that rumor is going to spread, and then somebody's going to come into like to verify, are you Varachi? Like you, no, you're not. And then
we still
I
we
thought
still
maybe
put
there was a
ourselves in
way
the
to
same
somehow like
we still put ourselves in the same position where it doesn't matter if it's her or a different Varachi.
yeah.
There's a Varachi that is here asking for money, and
Well, no,
now it becomes
right,
an
but
issue
I
for
was
that
hoping by
reason.
the time it catches up with us, like they would then figure out like, oh, that person's not a Varachi.
Um,
Hmm.
You still don't want to start the rumor mill of a Varachi name anywhere near here, especially when we took all that time to set up the rumor that they weren't here.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
and
that's
and if
fine. I
and if
mean,
Graves isn't already onto us, it puts him onto us immediately. So
yeah,
that's
I'm
those are
just
the
trying
things
to
that we're trying to
spitball
avoid.
ideas.
No, it's fine. It's
No,
it's not
it's not a
it's
bad
it's
idea
a
to
space
try
it's a
to.
space for all ideas.
I
Um,
just know that the last time someone gave information about someone, didn't our friend here, and I'll point to the snake guy, didn't he? I forget what his character's name is off the top of my head. Didn't he have assassins sent after him just because they knew he was like
well,
nearby?
yeah, Miguel,
you're
because
talking
Miguel
about
used
Miguel
Yeah,
because these
sorry,
the only
no,
others.
sorry. They knew it because they knew Miguel was had his family. They sent just rumors of where his family was enough for assassins to show up. Like, you know
Miguel,
what
yeah,
I mean?
no, to
yeah,
be
Graves.
Yeah,
precise on that. To be precise on that, were no assassin. They were try to kidnap his
Okay,
family.
right.
Yeah,
No, just to make sure that
No, 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 no.
all the player
Yeah,
knows the
no.
information. They went to kidnap his family to use his family as a leverage against him and against you.
yeah.
the other
Still nasty work.
Still
So we
nasty
so we
work, but
Right.
there was
Okay.
no assassination attempt. There was
Sure.
an assassination attempt to, um, you know, because they
After the fact.
escaped, but after the fact.
Right. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying though
Yeah.
is just a rumor or knowing had that piece of information of where someone is really bad because they
Yeah.
with that he was able to send two dudes out there to find them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yep.
again, we need to stay in the we are pirates doing pirate business. Um, so, but again, I think selling the things that we don't currently need to create some income, whether they be the cannons, the book that he has, um, information. Let's get out into the bazaar
Yeah.
and poke around and see what we can come up with. We're not making any decisions. We're not buying anything today, but we're collecting information, coming back and coming up with a better plan
Do
is
you
the
have the
primary thing we
right.
bowls
want to do.
also? I just remember to
Huh?
bring the bowls with you because I gave mine away, but I think you had two of them from what I
I had
remember.
Here's
three. I had
Okay.
here's
three. I also gave those to Kuhan to kind of put into like a general pot of this is what we have.
Okay.
So
so here's something. In the very beginning, Hot Pot stole gold coins from
Mhm.
Lady
Caravan.
Verace's uh place. He gave 20 of them to the captain, but he
Yeah.
kept five. And I know he spent a little bit for miscellaneous things here and there, but and I never kept track of how much wouldn't he have like
I would say
I don't know how much
no,
like a gold coin is worth in silver.
one. Okay, so 10 silver is a gold coin.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
and a
100 gold is
thousand
a
gold
platinum.
coin is a platinum.
A thousand?
Yeah.
Oh, because you had
So
said I
it
thought it was
goes it goes
100.
like this. Sorry for interrupting. It goes like this: copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Yeah.
10, 10, 10, 1,000.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was 100, but that's fine
Oh,
Oh
because you
wow.
said, huh?
yes, you're probably right. Maybe I misremember it. Let's say for now is 1,000. Is
Because I thought that the bowl because I found three bowls
yes, you're
and you
right.
said
No,
that
you're
each
right. You're right. You're right. At 100 is more correct. So
yes, that's okay. I game state, it's cool.
yeah,
Um, because
I'm
the
just
if the
tired, guys. Sorry.
it,
Tonight.
yeah, don't worry about it, buddy. It's stuff going
Uh,
on. Um,
so
okay, so we
we
have
had
a
a lot of
general idea.
ideas. We had a lot of information and etc.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
no floor pressing the matter, but I think we should start to move to the
Oh,
bazaar.
oh yeah, definitely. Like at
Okay.
this point, I feel like we're at this point where we're walking, talking about like the stuff that we're gonna try to sell at this point.
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
like,
Yeah.
But before we do that, Jarvis wanted to do something by itself. So if you don't mind, guys, we're going to have a little bit of a moment in time where it is by itself, before or after this um, long
Meeting.
conversation, and you were telling me what you were trying to do.
All right. If you don't mind, I wrote something down, so I'm just gonna read it and then we
Go
can
for
go
it.
from there. Um, Jarvis takes off his usual outfit and puts on the armor he got from the temple, a robe, probably a fairly white robe, the Rikishi amulet, and of course, his ring of Oshuna. He hefts the tome of the five currents and exits the boat. Um, uh, Hefting it, he walks down the shore and begins gathering smooth stones, beach wood, shells, coral, and ocean plants. He enters the water at a point where there is a relative calmness, but also a by a jet of of natural stones. He swims in and dives down easily with the weight of the book. Uh, He speaks in a rough Rikishi. Oshuna, you have found me and have led me to begin understanding you and your family. I seek to uncover your mystery and the truth behind the belief in you and and all belief in you all, so I can bring it to the surface. He he begins to stack the pieces and create a small altar. Uh, Taz, now I can't say the name. Tazza
Tal,
Gua.
Talzagua.
Talzagua. Sorry, I was saying it easy before. Creator, Mother, the beginning of all, and the first tide. You have found the land and the water, and you have formed the land and the water, and all that are born in them. He waits a moment. He lets the water move around him, and then slams his hand down and says, Tazo, and the small altar scatters around the tome. You are destiny, death, the end of all things, not to be feared, not to flee from, but to be revered and honored. For at, at one end is another beginning. For in death do we see the value of life. For in destruction we can build again, even better. Uh, the two of you have bonded together to bring about the truth of all things in the currents that are your equal, your children. Um, my Rasu, you are the rising tide, the warmth, and like your mother, you bring life and creation. Karabiu, you are balance, calm water, and power that is that is under control. Oshuna, you are my maiden, the maiden of chaos, emotion, and destruction, like your father. As you all bring me in your way and reveal your truth, I look to make them known to all who hear them, and to those on the surface. Um, and he waits a moment, and while he's talking about each of them, he continues to rebuild the little altar and destroy it and to bring balance to it and crush the shells and kind of in homage to each of their powers and each of their of the things that they do in nature, and then finally kind of stops and puts his hands on the book, and um, and in a sense, even though I'm kind of shortening this, but in a sense, he's reading each of the passages that you had given me and kind of going through all of that information. And then finally, but I also hold up one who I see as faithful already, one who brings new life to many, one who brought chaos and destruction in their past, and one who walks the path of balance and calm understanding. If it is her destiny to die, not only will I not stand in the way, but I will exact hers and your will. But if there is a different path, a different judgment, something less than death, uh, a, a repentance, please, currents, understand, uh, consider your servant and my captain, Alvida. Uh, uh, Help her to to find the peace that she seeks. And if it is life, then then I will have joy in that. And if it is her passing, then I will have understanding in that. Uh, and I will accept as you lead. Um, and he waits a moment and just feels the water around him and feels the warmth of it. And uh, I'm going to let you make a decision as to what you want to, how you might want to respond to that.
Yeah. It's a long process, and you're speaking the Rikisi language. It's still a little bit broken in your mouth, but you are getting a little bit more confident with it every time you open your mouth and you just. And now that you're speaking underwater, you started to understand it out different it sounds. Because the reverberation they create underwater, it goes back to you and it make the sound a little bit muffled. And it was almost like echo sonar. You just extend it from your mouth in front of you and it just goes around you. And when it's get back to you, had this melodic kind of wave. I need you to roll me either on occultism, arcane, or religion check.
It'll almost
Or
definitely
you
be.
go for the highest. Think about what kind of result you will try to obtain here. Arcane, you will have access to something a little bit more related to the magic of all of this. Occultism is more related to tradition and, and in this case, the lore. Religion is more your connection with the gods.
Well, I only have 1 dot in religion, 2 dots in arcane, and 3 dots in occultism. So I would and I also think I get more bonuses from arcane, but I do get something. I think I get something from each, like pluses.
Yeah.
Um, I think that he is ultimately trying to endear himself to the pantheon. He is trying to um, connect himself to them. So it sounds like I would be more interested in religion as
Mhm.
opposed to necessarily learning something in the cult or gaining more magical access.
Okay. So you go with the
Um,
religion, and before you roll, I'm asking the other player at the table, are you going to help with the critical token or not?
Can we help with a critical token? I feel this is a very private ritual that he's going off and doing. It does for me, and this is just for me, doesn't seem to make sense in this situation. I mean, the only thing I could do is like look over the side of the boat and be like, "You're doing the praying good. You're doing," you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah, no,
can't
it
see
doesn't.
myself.
No, absolutely. But I'm asking because I
No,
just
no,
want
it's
to.
fair. Um, I'm just unfortunately in this situation. I don't even sure if I have a critical token left. Maybe you've tracked that, but I don't think I'm going to do it in this case.
Okay, Output.
Uh, I don't recall that I don't recall if I have any more critical tokens.
Okay, so because you don't recall it, let's say you don't. So, uh, Jarvis, give me your roll.
all right.
In
I'm
this
just trying to
case,
look to
I
see.
remind you the highest, the lowest. If there is a 6, it will explode.
Okay. So I am going to go with religion.
Yeah.
Um, I am wearing the Rikishi amulet, so that gives me +1 to religion.
Yep.
Come on.
So at your roll, you're going to add a +2 from your modifier of wisdom and +1 from your
Okay, so I'm adding +3 at the end,
Yeah.
and I am rolling four dice.
Yeah.
Come on. That is unfortunately, it's a 6 and a 1, but
Mm-hmm.
the 6 explodes.
Yes. You can
So,
roll
and
again.
that's another 5. So that's 12
Oh, but we have a 12 +3
+3. That's a 15.
is a 15. Very good indeed. Jarvis, you are deep in your medication. You are praying, you destroy, you rebuild, you balance. You destroy, you rebuild, you balance. And in deep in your medication, you feel something, not someone, something is watching. You don't open your eyes, but you feel like you're staring at something. And in the darkness, you see an eyes open, and another, and another, and another, and a final fifth one in the middle of it. There's no words spoken, but you know, you get the feelings, you get goosebumps on your arms, you get that tingling at your spine. You know that fate itself is staring down at you. No Milas, no Caliber, no Ocean. Fate. Talor. It doesn't say nothing. It's just staring. And as it comes, it fades. You didn't get an answer, but you get something out of this. You piqued his attention.
And Talor is one of the Fatua.
No,
No.
Talor is what in the Rikisi book is Tarho, the end of things, fate itself. the
Okay.
the final current.
That is that also Tazo?
Tazo, Taro, Talor. It's the
Okay,
different
okay,
pronunciation
okay,
of the same entity.
So
okay. So
fate itself just looked at you. That's not necessarily a good thing. Just I'm
listen,
thinking about here.
to Jarvis, like he's obviously underwater, but as he's staring into to that final entity's eyes, that entity would know that he is crying. He is he is already looked into the face of Oshuna, and now he is looking into the face of another of the five, and he knows beyond what he's asking for Alvida. He knows that he is in their eyes. He is in their presence. He is achieving a destiny that is so much larger than all of the quests that he's on. And that is ultimately huge for him. And so if he has that type of favor, then maybe there's a chance that he can help her. And moreover, that he can achieve something great that will help the whole world. He will then he'll close the book and he will pick up a
Mhm.
few of the pieces that he had taken, five of them, to kind of to represent each and let the others be scattered into the water. And he will find his way back out. And I'm going to put it up in because a few of you have already seen this, but I'm going to put it up in the Discord chat. When he gets back to the boat, because before he was kind of like he had some black areas, he had some blue areas, he had some still human toned skin areas. But when he gets back to the boat, uh, he on his he's almost completely white, um, albino white, and he has this image on his chest. Um, and he will begin referring to himself as uh, the winter bear of the five currents. It's his new moniker. So when he does finally get dressed in the things that Omar helped him with. He's got the armor on. He's got the bandolier around his waist to try to help to balance out everything. He's got all the other things on, and even though he might still have it underneath, he's got the Rikishi amulet in a place where he could easily kind of slide something aside and show that off because he feels like if he meets someone who is from Rikishi, to be able to speak to them in their language and show them that and show them a little bit of who he is, that might be a huge help in a couple of different areas for himself as well as for the party. But he gets himself all ready. I don't know, and I kind of mentioned this before. I don't know if there are any other guns other than the regular boarding pistols that he might be able to take. But he might just take the three pistols for now. And also, he'd be looking for a new shield because the other one got destroyed. But he'd get himself all ready to venture out into the bazaar.
Uh, just a little step back. I didn't want to interrupt you, but there is something else that happened just before you leave water. The current around you feel almost like a gentle hug. While fate was staring down at you when that moment was cold and final, the moment immediately after that, it feels like almost like a caress, almost like a gentle touch. The water around you is warmer and embracing. And that is when something flash in your mind just for a second. You see something that looked like a rock with almost like an altar. And on top of it, a skull. No human. Massive, big, something that is probably the size of a chariot. Elongated. Without eye socket. Almost like, to give you an idea, almost like a reptilian, but very smooth. Dragonic, but without horns. And the most weird feature of all are the teeth of this thing. Each one of them is a long canine, probably the size of my hand, each one. And they are hollow, and from a front point of view, think about a raven skull look out from the top. They have holes, and they ended up with a curved point. And this thing is sitting in what looks like a cave. And that's it.
So the teeth are almost like venom delivering type teeth
Mm,
along those lines.
along those lines, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a bird skull, that they
Mhm.
have, they are very pointy. The beak is the end of it, and there are the hole where the ocular bits will be. The thing is, those teeth look like that, weird, and they have those hollow, weird holes along the line on those that they are filling the mouth everywhere, and the rest of the skull is long, pointy, very smooth, and enormous.
All right. That's a lot to take in. But it's a piece of something that I have to figure out.
Yeah.
Thank you. and he'll walk back to the boat, and everyone will see him, um, and he will. I kind of imagine him wearing the book on his back, like he's made like a backpack for it.
Yeah,
Um, and he
it's
might
quite
he
heavy.
yeah. But he's gonna go right over to Carla and get kind of close to her, say, "We're almost at the end now. I made you a promise to help you, to help finish this for you. In the end, I will be out of your debt, but I hope that we will find new ways to be indebted to one another. For you are a big part of this for me. In whichever way you go, wherever whatever you do when you are finally free of this, I will always be there for you, to encourage you, to be an ally to you. But I want you to know that when they are done, when that final end happens, I wish to be by your side to celebrate it with, and to mourn one last time those you have lost."
She looks at you, smile tenderly. She put her hand on your face. She just give you a butterfly kiss on your lips. My strong farmer. Looking forward for it.
Great. Let's go conquer the world. He goes and gets dressed.
And you guys are at the bazaar.
Yes. Uh,
Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry, but on the way, and it's very brief. I swear to you. On the way, because Carla is there with us, I will ask one simple question. Carla, how? I'll try to phrase it in an easier way. Is fate something where it's completely written, or is it something that is flexible, or is that depending on the deity? You don't have to go into more specifics because I won't understand them. But I mean, is it they
No,
tell you?
that's a surprise question for her. It's like, especially from you, because you are not the religious kind.
Well,
Um,
that's why I'm asking. He's asking. He's not asking for the religious aspect. He's asking when a god tells you something, is it that they're trying to persuade you in a specific direction, or are they saying this is the absolute, do this thing? Asking for a friend. Yeah, not saying that part, but yes.
um, Carla just that's an interesting thing. Okay, I can tell you what my order believe.
Sure.
Um, fate is a fluctuation. We are um, we have a beginning and an end, and what's happening in between, it's a variable of things. So one of the thing that we teach, for example, that Talor, the fatwa of fate, and you, Jarvis, immediately pick up on this because
Oh yeah, he's right there, so I assume.
no, because you know Talor, Tharo, or etc. as a god. She knows it as a fatwa because religion, and yeah, the Talor, the fatwa of destiny and etc. Is also known as the keeper of time because time is not a linear path. it's unraveling and spreading and creating like a tree, different stories and different options. And Taro, as the Fate Weaver, the person that overseen all of this, she is not pushing, but observing and deciding whether is the time to cut the branch. And that means the end of things.
Got you. So you're saying, again, this is for my layman's terms because I'm not a religious type. Is it much like the trees of the Eastern country where it's, they shape it into a specific thing? Like what I'm saying
No,
is like,
you're doing it. You are the tree. You
gotcha.
shape and grow.
Okay.
He knows that, if you decided, let's say that there is a branch and the tree is supposed to grow in that direction, but you decided to go in another, and that is not, and that new branch will lead you to, unfortunately, to a demise. So that is the time when the Fate Weaver will cut the branch.
Okay. I think I got a better grasp on it. So like I'm assuming we're like at the entrance of the bazaar, and he's just like,
No,
so
no,
as
you're talking. You're talking
as we're approaching, yeah, yeah.
while you're approaching the different streets and etc.
So it's more of a observation and cultivation rather than a direct control. Is what I'm getting.
Yes. Uh,
Okay, that's that
Very
gives me
weird.
gives me some more wiggle room. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, now back into what's happening around you guys. You are in the Zayret Al Souk, the social nexus and Grand Bazaar of Fajus. A labyrinthine market that stretches far beyond what's seen by physically possible because there is building everywhere. You have everything here is builded to be close together and create shadow. Because out up there the sun is relentless. There are layers of stalls stacked with over one another. There are shade of cloth turning sunlights into shifting colors because they cover over your head. The traders speaking, almost something that sounds almost like coded language because you catch some words and you don't understand the other. You see something that look like relics being sold on a stool. You see a merchant sell, weapons to someone. You see another one that has a lot of spices. There is a lot of smells and etc. There is a guy that is selling as a stall that is just selling guava, like kind of a coffee shop on the market. There is people actioning. It's a cacophony of sound, color, and smells in under a scorching sun. Uh,
Okay. Uh, is there? Do I have to do a check to see like if there's anybody that has the proper credentials, selling credentials that we'd want to actually work with? Because some of these stalls are probably like less than reputable. It's a big old
Well,
open marketplace.
yeah.
I think we should probably start by looking for the
The,
symbol that
yeah.
Omar had given us.
Mhm.
Um, let's definitely go to that first, um, and keep an eye out for things that are interesting to us. Um, Places that we can sell the things that we have. Uh, uh, Jarvis is also going to be keeping an ear and an eye out um, for people uh, that are either speaking Rikisi or are descendants of Rikishi. Just not necessarily to go and approach them yet, but maybe looking for something there as well.
Okay,
Hotpot, if you could.
you notice a couple of things, guys. Sorry for interruption. You
No,
notice a couple of things. The majority of the population here are divided in, big chunks of saricart of any form and shape. Humanoid, reptile here are the most, because of course sun, reptile, flourish under this. You notice Moruga, that is another very, very spreaded ethnicity, humanoid. You notice Tuskul, orcs, and Nankul, the goblinoid kind. That they are a little bit less common, but there is quite a ton of them. The color of the skin here, it's every kind of different shade, but most of it is dark, of course, by tan of the sun, or just, because people are black. And there is very, very few Ictians, because scorching sun and fish don't very go, don't really, blend much together. However, they are not, there are some, they are just less common. I would
I kind
say,
of figured that, but I just wanted to
mhm,
clock that I was looking for them.
okay. So one of the things that you guys notice is when you are walking, etc., you get a lot of glances. Probably because you are not from here, and even if you have the kind of the right clothing and etc., you are still a little bit fish out of water. And what I mean is, people there that not they're here every single day notice when there is someone new. The glances that you guys receive are not hostile or any kind of that. Just, oh, new people, and most of them mind their own business. You got some beggars getting closer, asking for money. You get people shouting to buy their product. This is a market. It's quite normal to have the people that just standing there and mind their own business and waiting for you to come closer, and people that are like, come, I will sell you this, and try to pull you towards, well, what they are selling. So it's a little bit of a labyrinth of avoiding and try to get to the right place, and etc., etc. Thanks to the information that Omar gave you, you are not being pulled into an alley and just, someone tried to kill you or other things like that. But among the people here, there is definitely some shady figure. They are not approaching, but they are observing. You guys are looking for the symbol, the Hapesge tribe. It's a fire symbol with a snake, but based on, what they are selling or what the area of expertise they have, there is also another symbol under them. And the thing is, you guys see a certain point in the middle of the market a sand wanderer, or a sand walker, and you immediately see it because it's impossible not to.
I'm sorry, say that again. Was she what in the middle of the market?
a
A sand,
sandwalker.
a sand walker.
Oh, a sandwalker. Okay.
Oh, okay.
One of the creature that Omar told you eventually to get with you. A sandwalker is a reptilian figures, big, on four massive legs that are almost like elephant look they look like the elephant, like big, very wrinkly, heavy, and etc. A long tail and a massive long neck that have the hand with, like a saurian head. I'm describing you a dinosaur. I'm describing you what is a small size brontosaurus.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot.
And
Uh,
I'm saying small size because this thing is probably um, 10 feet tall where the head is.
Is this thing like walking about freely, or is this
This
some
thing
does somebody
is
own this?
this things on the back of it is covered with like heavy saddle with a lot of things attached to it because the merchant that is in front of it, I'm using the animal as its shop. Is the animal is there,
Oh,
is you know his head is going down, grabbing some vegetable, just munching and etc. without a care in the world. In the meantime, on his heavy body, there is this massive saddle with a lot of things sell that is this guy is selling.
I
Um,
wonder,
mhm.
does this creature, does it seem like it has like, is it like bonded like to this person, or is it more like it's domesticated and trained? Like, I wonder if there's any way.
Is
w- w-
domesticated and trained.
Okay, so I wonder if there's like any way for me to use animal handling, just sort of like, I don't know, like make this creature like bonded with me.
It's a little bit difficult to do some such things when the owner is right there watching.
No, I know,
But
but this is just something that Hot Pot is thinking,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
for a future time, like I don't know, like at some point when the creatures put in like some kind of stall or um
The
like
thing is, you
basically like
see,
put up for the night.
yeah. You see one. The thing is, there is not the only one. This is the first one you see because
Yeah.
many in the city. Sandwalkers uh, are pretty much everywhere in Akiptos. Uh,
Okay.
the fauna here is very primordial. Not as big as I said. Is not this thing is not as big as a dinosaur. You're not looking at something that is not like 5 store tall and etc. But this thing is big and massive, and and just to give you an idea, the man that is close to him, his head is pretty much where the leg of this thing's hand. It's like the leg of this thing is like probably 6 feet tall, just the leg.
Okay.
So probably is more than 10 feet. Uh,
Yeah.
Sand Wanderer or Sand Walkers. So they are big, they are heavy, they are not armored, but consider that those things are domesticated, and they have those. Some of them have those magnificent, vibrant color along the neck. You recognize, you are going to see some of them along the way. Some of them, though, add the colors. Some of them not. Probably, male, female. Um, but yeah, this is one of the nice and unexpected things about Akiptos fauna.
Um,
So,
so
are we at like a point, like a square, where there's a little bit of room, or is there really no room to be had here?
not in this area, but you wander. At a certain point, you reach a place that is not a square,
Hmm.
but it's just an open area.
Hmm. I'll kind of like get to a point and Zara, everybody, let's circle up. Rock, what were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, first off, we should delegate into each of our roles. So, for example, Hot Pot should watch for pickpockets since he's small and can observe from a good distance. He's fast, and you know what I mean. Like he's good at that. So have him watch for pickpockets. I go talk to the seller. And if you want to go with Carla to talk to their information clan, whose name I can't recall, about getting some more intel, that would be great. And we're kind of like, like not huddled, but like really together.
Maybe, and this is kind of above table. Maybe I could be looking for that symbol that Omar mentioned to us that would have some relation to either magic or knowledge or information.
Right. That's the clan I'm assuming that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, depending of what you're looking for example, the guy that you are looking at, right? Let's say the one with the Sand Wanderer, he had that symbol on the beast.
Okay.
And the symbol, under the fire with the snake on it, that is the Hapesge clan. He had another symbol, smaller one, with 2 blades because he was selling weapons.
Okay. So I would say that Jarvis is specifically looking for something that would imply either books or knowledge, and see if he could find an angle to use what he and Carla know to find a way to make some money.
Okay, because of the role you guys decided, I need 1 role for each. Navigation from Jarvis, perception from Hotpot, and persuasion from Rock.
All right, let me just bring up a sheet. Let's see, persuasion. I think that's gonna be 8 dice.
That's the thing.
Presence.
So, to answer your question, Rock, there is no gang territory here. All the clan here are mixed together. It's like, depending, it's not like you, because you are part of a clan, you are now fixed on the clan for the rest of your life. It's more like I decided what kind of clan I'm being part of. Okay? You need to consider that this like more like a choice than I've been born in this and going to be like in this forever.
When I do a roll of 3 dots, I know you've probably told me before. Do I only keep 2 still, or do I keep 3?
You keep 3, but you explode 2 6s.
Okay, I start with 18 as my roll.
Very good.
I'm gonna re-roll one of the re-roll my 6s, or two of the 6s.
2 of the 6s.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to use a calculator.
Okay, no worries. In the meantime, everyone else. Okay, so we got 19 on perception for Hotpot, and for now, I can tell you this: with a 19, it doesn't seem that you see anyone approaching or trying to get too close, except when they are trying to sell you something, but not in the way they are like, "Oh, I'm going to, like, look at me." In the meantime, my friends there is stealing, it's like, not in that way. And Jarvis, your 17 will make you notice a little shop with a lot of amulet and books and other things like that, with a symbol of an ibis on it. That is the Thoth clan, scientist and artisan. So maybe not selling information, but they definitely have information.
Okay.
32.
On a 32, you got a critical token.
That's just disgusting. Go
No,
ahead.
because why? No, it's not disgusting. It's very good. Um, on a 32, you got a critical token, and you got a chance
Oh
to
yeah,
ask me a couple of things
sure.
because you are talking with this guy. You're talking with at the beginning there is a little bit of a misunderstanding because his way of speaking, the common language is not exactly the same way you're doing it.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
different accent and etc. Um, but is pointing you to um is pretty much telling you you guys look like strangers. You're wearing our clothes, but no, you're not wearing it in the proper way. Also, your those clothing are out of season. We are just giving you some points or to blend a little bit better. And he's pointing you to a place called the Sand Stitch Alley that you need to ask for Ishra.
All right.
And um, Moruga woman in her 40s that will probably help you a little bit better.
Okay. Apparently, yeah, he just was so focused. Is like, no, I need to find someone. All right. He thanks them. I don't know what I could do to show my courtesy. Like, I don't know if I have something on me and be like, thank you for this information, and then I'm gonna go off to
With your
Sandstitch
critical
Alley.
token, with your crit, I is more like, oh, I got a good vibe from you. Let's have a chat. And during the chat, he will tell you those things, not asking for money.
Okay.
He will try to sell something to Carla. It's like, you're a good woman. You have a lot of jewelry and etc. etc. Look, and he is going to try to sell. You
I'll buy some sort of trinket. I feel like we had a good conversation.
Mhm.
Just as a friend, right? I'll be like, yeah, here, I'll buy some sort of trinket with my own money. Be like, here, Carla, we had a good conversation. I feel like getting something from him.
Okay, and this is from you. The other two.
I will go to that stall,
Mhm.
even though it's not really necessarily my wheelhouse. You said it was like crafters. What was it? It was
No, 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 no. I'm saying there was a lot of amulets and books and etc. Papers, rolls, scrolls, and etc. 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 And you see maps and other things like this. And the symbol on the shop is this ibis that because Omar told you this is the Thoth um, clan, the scientists and artisans.
okay. Um, so yeah, I'll go in and start looking around. We don't currently have a map, I would imagine.
No.
So I will, and I assume Carla is probably with me.
Hmm.
Um, but kind of speaking low to her, let's keep an eye out for something that may help us um, uh, as far as a map is concerned. Um, but uh, science and artisan, I almost wish we brought Rock over here. That might be a little bit more his wheelhouse. Um, and then kind of wait for her to maybe answer first.
Okay. You guys have, you look around. Carla, just have an interaction with the man that is there. An old Taruk tortoise guy that has wearing a turban and has this like this tortoise beak, and under it there is a little bit of a kind of a pointy, long white beard.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the two of them speaking in a Bolawa quite fast, so you just cannot understand what they say, but seems like a friendly conversation. And Para just turn to you and like say, do we have a question specifically for the man, or except for is willing to sell us this map of the city?
Um, what do I want to try to ask this guy? Well, I mean, we are looking for. Sorry, wasn't exactly
Okay.
prepared for this. I was hoping more for.
Anyone who want to jump in to above the table, give us suggestions?
Sure. Above the table, we are looking for a guide. Maybe he knows one because he has a map. And
Okay, that would help. And we're primarily looking for some source of income, but I don't know if artisan. Again, this isn't really Jarvis's wheelhouse. What do you think as far as I mean, yeah, I guess we could ask. I could ask him about a guide. I don't know how much information, general information we could maybe share to see if he could point us in the right direction for preparing ourselves. I don't know if something like that might work. Yeah. Anyway, uh, does he speak the Tide language?
The Taruk just turned towards you and just smile, and with a very kind of a growling voice, I just say, "Yes, sir, I do."
Thank you. I apologize that I not fluent in the tongue of your people. We are we're going to be putting together a traveling band to go into the capital, and we will may need a map, but information on to people we may be able to hire to help us in our journey and help us to outfit ourselves. We are at the beginning of that, but we need to begin to put the pieces together. I don't know if there is anyone that you might be able to direct us to.
I think for a bit, and I ask you to give me a persuasion roll with advantage because Carla was there helping you with
Laid some of the groundwork.
the groundwork. Yeah.
Persuasion. All right, I'm not terrible at that. Cool. All right, I got a 6 and a 4 on my highest, and another 6. Cool. So that is 16, and I am adding cunning 2, so that is 18. I can't imagine I have anything else to add to that. So let's just say it's an 18. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't roll. If rolling at advantage means I would roll an extra dice. Sorry. Let me see if I get a 5 or a 6 as far as that's concerned. No, it's just a 3.
Okay.
So stay with the 18.
Stay with 18. Okay. At the beginning, you mentioned one name, but during the conversation, you also mentioned another name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first name he mentioned is someone that he identify as them, and he just say you need to speak with Mevel Sarak Abnil. Is the best Dracomir in town.
Okay.
Man of discretion and probably one of the most versatile person that you can hire for the kind of job you're mentioning.
Hmm. That uh, is extremely helpful. Thank you. And he will. I mean, you can maybe put that in the thing, but he'll write that name down as best as he can. Um,
You can find him in two different places. This is telling you.
mhm.
The Shrine of the Flowing Stone in the sorry. Mm, in the Dashharhab district, the residential area,
Mhm.
or during the evening um, at the Gilded Vale, the red light district.
Hmm. Excellent. The Shrine of the Flowing Stone. I'm not familiar with that. What is that place?
It's a water shrine.
Excellent. Is it to a particular entity?
The It's guarded and controlled by the Hekasokeb clan.
Ah, excellent. Um, I'll as long as it's daylight, we might find him there. That that is quite helpful. Thank you. Um, you are a scientist. What what kind of things? I'm more of a religious man, so I don't know if our worlds connect in that regard. But what kind of things do you look for? What are your interests? If you don't mind me asking.
No, no, I mean, not keep going with the growling, but
That's fine.
the kind of or tone is doing, and he is more like a mathematician and an astrologer.
Okay. Um, interesting. May I'll talk to him. I may send one of my allies here who may be of interest to what you do. Um, how much is a map that would be helpful in our journey?
He's going to ask you for 5 silver for a map of the city,
Okay.
but for the map to reach wherever you want to go, it's better if you speak with Mavel first.
Okay. Um, it would.
And as I mentioned, sorry for interrupting, he mentioned another name.
Mhm.
And when he does it, it just get a little bit more conspiratory.
Mhm.
And he said, for a matter of more, personal kind of stuff, when you don't want to officially hire someone, at the Gilded Vale, look for Velka.
Belka. What is their line of work?
Information. You just say.
Excellent. That having two contacts is better than none. And finally, if you don't mind, again, you may not be as concerned by these matters, but I would be interested in finding a stall that may deal more in things that I'm interested in, books and religion and history. Um,
History, it will literally gesture to you. There is a lot of things here.
mhm,
Religion, they have stuff, but it's more like on a well religious book, not no religious artifact or whatever.
mhm,
This is more like, well, there is also a Bible here, just to give you an idea, no?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
um, but yeah, it has a lot of things. So depending, you need to be a little bit more specific in the terms of request.
Okay. I am. I'm a magic user, and I am also um, beginning to understand a new religion, something that I don't feel is as well understood here on the surface. Uh, and
Okay,
I
when you
am.
mention that, there is, it take like a kind of a step back,
Mhm.
and I just get closer again and say, me or maybe don't mention that around.
Hmm. That that is a piece of information that helps me. Thank you. I
And for magic and such, the place that I told you,
hmm,
the Shrine of Flowing Stone,
hmm,
the Yakasakeb clan, they deal with the magic and religion.
excellent. I appreciate that. um, I will. Should I buy the map? Do we need the map of the city?
Carla will buy it.
Okay. I want to at least give the man something.
Yeah.
Um, and now it makes it um, more honest that we have the map. Perfect.
Now, the Oddbot, you are being keeping an eye around and etc. Your 19 gave you those info. No one is trying to rob you, at least doesn't seem to. You noticed a couple of times that, like, someone was coming closer, and another guy on the other side of the street just gestured no, and the person just pretend to walk away. I was like, I'm just walking in this direction. I'm not trying to approach you. So you'll know that there are many around, especially in the bazaar, that they are running scheme or traffics and etc. But at the moment, they are more studying you than anything. And you, I mean the group. Um, you've seen some of the beast, other sand wanderers here and there. You see a couple just dragging an heavy, you know. Um, oh, I forgot words. Sorry, guys. Where you put stuff on top of it, and there are four wheels. Uh,
Like a cart or a caravan, something
cart,
like that.
yeah, like a heavy cart with a lot of things on it, and there is, and you also notice hotpot guards. They are not um, official. You don't see them wearing a uniform on etc. However, by the way that they are walking around and the way they are looking at people, they are either guards of the place or people looking for troubles or troublemaker. And one moment you also notice that there is a guy that is stealing from one of the stool. You didn't say nothing, etc. But one of the other guy that you identify probably as a guard is locking on him, and he start to follow this thief. And the moment this happens, you see that it goes directly with the hand on their weapon. No word, no shouting, just direct action. So you are muted, Hotpot. So
I'm sorry. Is he the only guard? Is he
no,
it does so he has backup.
probably has backup. But at the moment, you see only him locking on this guy and just not running, just start to follow. This is just to give you an idea of the vibe of the place, not you know. So I want to wonder if you do anything else, or Do you have a specific mission in your head?
So there's multiple guards, but only this guard locks in and follow. Does he tip off the other guards, or is he just on, like, is he going rogue, so to speak, and following this guy? Because if he doesn't appear to have tipped off the other guards and he's going by himself, Hot
Hmm.
Pot follows him,
So
and he kind
you will leave the rest
and
of the team.
I'm sorry.
In order to do so, you need to leave the rest of the team by themselves because he will go away from where you guys are.
Right. I think that is not expected that Hot Pie at times will disappear, but it's within the realm of possibility. So he's going to vanish for a moment,
Hmm. You will,
figuratively and then
yeah. You will
literally.
try to blend and follow and see what's gonna happen. You don't have a hard time in order to do so, but what you are going to witness, it's pretty much very quick and very unforgiving justice. The the guy reached the thief, lift, like just grab him, and he thrust his sword in his chest. No discussion, nothing happens except for other people looking and minding their own business.
Okay. So there's nothing that Hot Pot can do to intervene.
You can intervene, but it's just this guy just thrust the
Yeah,
sword in the chest of the
yeah,
other.
he could intervene, but there's no possible outcome from that other than so he's gonna take kind of like take a page from everybody's book and sort of about face and pretend he saw nothing and then head back to where his friends are.
Are you're just immediately going away, or you just observe for a second what's gonna happen before you go?
I think it's a case of he saw what happened and it's a solid nope, and he's just gonna head back. I saw nothing.
Okay. Sounds good for me. And later on, you're going to see the same guard, or if it is a guard, talking with another, discussing in Akiptians, and um, uh, they just spread again into the market.
Hmm. When Hot Pot does reconvene with any of his crewmates and has an opportunity to talk to them, he recounts the experience.
So you guys know.
Uh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
figure we
he
can
lets
meet up
them
at
know
this
like
point. Yeah.
they don't tolerate theft here. It's I know it's prevalent. I know there's a lot of um
People are
thoroughly
still
bad
trying.
people. Yeah, people are trying, but when justice is doled out, it's swift and it's brutal.
You better get away with it.
So, in other news, I managed to find out a place that we can go to probably sell our stuff. We just got to go down this Stitch Alley over here, and I don't remember offhand. I don't see her name on a list, but I know what she generally looks like. I know she's like in her early 30s.
40s,
Uh, was it
40s.
40s? And we can go and talk to her. I got it under good authority that this is the person that we want to talk to.
Hmm. I've got a name of what the gentleman said was the best guide in the land. Um, someone who would help us to get where we need to go and show us the ins and the outs. I imagine they are not cheap, but maybe the best is better for us in that way. Um, I forget. I forget exactly what they were telling me about. Rel was it
Uh,
Velkin
Velka.
Belka. Belka.
Velka?
Belka,
Um,
it's more for, it's more like an informant, but is
okay.
also deal with, you know, non so legal stuff.
Huh?
So kind
Yeah.
of some of the stuff I would used to do. Okay, gotcha. I can get Velka's vibe probably from the
Cool.
description.
All right. And we could find them in the red light district. And the guide we will be able to find in in one of the uh, neighborhood districts at the shrine of the was it
Blowing stuff.
flowing flowing stone. All right. No, sorry,
So
I
now
took some notes.
let's
Cool.
go talk to our market contact and get rid of some of this stuff, less stuff to weigh us down.
Hmm.
Sure, let's do that. Again, then we have at least a good amount of currency or the best amount of currency um, to start wheeling and dealing as much as we possibly can. Um, have we noticed? No, and we're looking for some way to make some money. Have we noticed anything that may be a little bit quicker? Maybe there is maybe not here, but maybe we could ask about like a quote unquote like jobs board, somebody who is looking to get something done. They need some muscle, they need some brains, they need something, and a group of people to come along to do something for them. Maybe we could find something along those lines. Um, just keeping an eye out for something like that.
Okay.
Well,
Um,
here's a thought
mhm.
Hot Pot puts out there. Um, if we go to the fight arena, we have to win. We can't lose. What if we put the ship up and double our money?
Mm.
What
I
is it
mean,
with you selling the ship? This is the second time you said it.
And we have a fair amount. So the bowls that I had gotten were each. I believe you said were each worth 1 platinum, correct?
Yeah.
So there alone, we've already got 3,000 silver.
No, 300.
300 silver.
300.
And then we
Oh, that's
also
wait,
have
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait.
rings.
Hold
No,
on,
no,
hold on.
sorry. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, because
Three
it's
thousand. Yeah, because
yeah,
it's
3,000 silver. Yeah,
one
no, the
one
moment I thought
platinum.
we were
Yeah.
talking gold. Yes,
Yep.
3,000.
Yep. Yeah. So we're a third of the way to what we would really make this easy for us. I mean, more is obviously better. Um, so I mean that alone, if we went to the fight arena, really felt like we could find someone who we could fight and win, and that might be a great angle for us to make money quickly. Obviously, with some risk involved, and also depending on what the rules are. That's something that we might want to look into because obviously buying and selling is not really going to be easy unless we find something that fell off the back of a truck and we can find a place to sell it, as it were. But anyway, so yeah, let's go sell this stuff so we've got our money and and also ask about selling some of the other things that we have and what we would get for the 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 cannons and whatnot.
Okay, now do I need to make some sort of like navigate roll? I mean, got a brief description of where I'm supposed to be going,
Yeah,
but I'm just making sure that.
no, no, it's quite easy. Explain it to you where to go and etc. What kind of
Okay.
things to look for.
And we
Um,
also now have a map, so it makes it a lot
now
easier.
you also get a map. Uh, the map is generic. It's not super specific. kind of the map and I give it to you guys, so you guys have an idea. You don't know exactly on the map. There is not exactly every name on every street or other things like that, but you will get general area where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, mm, you get to this place, and the first thing you notice that it's a lot of fabric, a lot of different things that seems like this place like seems like a clothing shop to make clothes, to sell clothes, and etc etc etc. And there's a lot of women here and couple of men, and you guys see your first lamia. It's about them because they are Sarikart race, but they are very rare. Top half woman, bottom half snake, and quite big, thick, long tail that is, sustaining this black woman with long dreadlock, nice circular hearing, those yellowish golden eye, very, very good looking, and we very kind of a motherly vibe. She's wearing also this like jewelry around her head that create this kind of almost like Indian style of red dot on her forehead. And she is the one that is actually leading the shop.
So this is the person that we were told to talk to. I assume if that was the description that was given to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay.
No, we're coming here for clothing, or we're coming here to try to sell stuff.
I think we're coming here to trade, for
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Ishra. That's the name
Ishra.
of the person that you're looking for.
I'll start with just a general greeting and be like, Ishra, we were told by a friend of mine to come and see you about possibly trading and selling some items that we have.
The first thing she does is she does just a little bow with her head, and in Egyptian she give a blessing of Milas.
Sure.
And she look at you, and at that point, in she try first in Obalawa to say something. You don't answer.
I kind of like glance over to Carla, but that's as close as I can get. Like,
And she just smile and say, "Hello."
I'll talk. Okay, I got it. I'll turn to Carla and I'll be like, I'll repeat what I was gonna say, which is,
No, I understand you.
okay,
I just didn't know what.
understandable. Um, or I'll say I met a man in the marketplace who said you were the person that I should see if I want to sell things.
Hmm?
Okay. Um, these are the things that I'm bringing to the table. I'll show first. We'll show like the bowls. That's a simple thing. Sorry.
Why are you selling them?
To make money for our travels.
So you're looking for transaction?
Yes.
Good. Um, she look at you and just say, "You are not properly dressed."
He's not gonna lie. Yeah, he is getting funny looks, so he'll go, "That's fair." Do you suggest that I get dressed differently?
You are dressing for heat. No, that's not what we do here. We are dressing for survival. if you are traveling.
Okay.
And you want to trade. And she look at the things that you put down. I never seen this. Where'd this come from?
Would you believe from a land from under the sea?
These are from Rikishi.
She look at the bowl and she took it up and said, "Oh, is this platinum?"
Yes.
Hmm. I don't have that kind of money to trade, but I can put you in the right direction.
It's there. As far as clothing is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to kind of like do quick math. Is what, 6 or possibly 7 of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
Um, we would eventually need to be outfitted for a party of 7. Uh, it may be 6, but we're dealing with that.
The first
What
thing she asks is, "Do you have a guide?"
we have a name of a guide. We have not yet spoken to them. We've just begun our piecing together for our journey, and I'll tell her the name.
Mevel. It's in
Yeah.
the chat, by the way. If
Oh
you
yeah,
look.
yeah. I did make a note of it in my
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Mavel. Yes,
Mevel.
Mavel.
She nod. I know of them.
I was told
They're
that they were the best, or one of.
one of the best. Yes.
Hmm.
Um,
So that is one of our next job, next points that we need to go to. But we did our best dressing ourselves with what we had, but fitting in is important. We know. How much would it cost
she
for?
lied on the side. This is kind of weird because usually people, just
Mhm.
don't lean on the side to move, but she does, and her whole body shift slowly, and she just started to slither around you guys, observing, almost like taking measurement with her eyes, and she just consider a few things, and I can make you a good price. Yes.
Okay.
I need to take measurement to be precise. How when you going to leave?
Mm, we probably are going to linger here for a couple of days, making sure that we get good prices and adequate supplies for everything. We want to make sure that um, we don't overextend ourselves.
So nothing made tailor it, but good fitting. I can.
Um, yes, if you could work with us on that, we don't need to present ourselves too highly. Just we want to make sure that we fit in enough.
And about the person that can provide you for the money of this, you need to look for a man that is not in town, but his people will be here.
Hmm.
They reside in the in the district where the nobles are, the Dar Al Khim, the
Hmm.
residential area.
Of course, that is where the money is.
And she mentioned a name, and Rock, because you are close to her while Jarvis is talking with the woman, you see Carla stiffening for a second because the name that is mentioned is Zavalek Shar al-Haq Ibrahim.
Of course it is. Uh, I'm gonna. The captain is with us.
Yeah.
Right.
The captain is the three of you plus the captain and Carla.
Yeah.
The captain just pretend to look elsewhere for a moment.
I'm going to turn to the captain, and in our language, I'm going to say, should I ask for if there is another contact?
No. Okay, I'm going to do the voice, even if
Sure.
she doesn't have the accent, but just to get into character. When she speak with you in Ugre, she doesn't have the accent.
Mhm.
No, it will raise question. Well, say we will like about those information, but we maybe ask if there is what kind of influence he has on town.
Well,
Just try to
we won't be
be
dealing
vague.
directly with him, so that's good. All right.
Try to be vague, just to, but don't. Let's not rise alarm.
I'll turn back to the woman. What kind of
Before you do that,
influence?
in the meantime, you ask that. Sorry, Rock. Alvida just come close to you and just saying to your here, darling. I think we got a problem.
Yeah, I okay. Do we if he's in town? Yeah, okay. Do you want to talk over there a second? Okay.
Yeah, let's. Carla, why you don't come with us? In the meantime, Hot and Jarvis finalize detail. Okay, guys, we are going to see those things for ship.
Yes, that's fine.
Jarvis, let's finish what yours I'm going to say, and we jump on Rock. Pot, you can always, of course, jump into the conversation. You're there.
That's fine. They need to deal with something.
The woman just doesn't seem to.
Yeah, that's fine. What kind of influence does this gentleman have?
You asking if City of Fajus is under Mr. Ibrahim control?
Is he one of the ones in control?
Officially, no.
Excellent. That's the worst kind, right? Well, as long as we get a good price, I guess.
I will make a good price.
Could you give for at least for the six of us? Could you give us a ballpark as to what the price would be?
She go to an abacus and she started to move the stone on it, quick. And she goes, 500 silver per person.
Okay. And our seventh, if they would join us, is a bit taller. Do we say maybe the same, or is it would it be more? I guess
it's not about the length of the clothing; it's about the layers. So I would say 500 is still in the reasonable price.
Excellent. That's helpful. And as far as and he does recollectibles. As far as these would be concerned, are we better off selling them, in your opinion? And if you don't have one, that's fine. For the platinum that they possess, or would we be better off trying to sell them as rare artifacts of the deep? I don't know if there is such a market here.
Hmm.
Maybe if there are, I feel like I've seen one or two Ictians about. Maybe they would be interested in such a thing for their um, can't think of the word off the top of my head.
Okay,
Their
I need in this case probably a persuasion roll.
sure.
Um, and I don't know if you wanna, roll it right now or wait for Rock and the other to come back.
Um, you mean to see if they would come back and be able to give me a token?
Mm-hmm. Or
Um,
or just take over and you know um, um, do the role instead of you. Just just to understand.
um, I don't know. Rock, do you feel like you would want to be a part of this? Because that would make the role easier, I think.
Um, you mean down to the final sale price? Absolutely, Rock would try to get involved, but
Hmm.
he's currently been pulled aside. I have an idea of why, but we're just having a conversation right now.
Yeah, you want to deal with that conversation, and I'll kind of think about
Yeah,
whether I want to try to do this on my own or wait
yeah.
for.
Sure.
Let's go with the conversation. And Captain and uh, will just take Carl on the side and then sit, calm down, breathe. We know there was, we were kind of expecting something like that. So, and Kara just kind of do a couple of a moment of almost like boxing breathing, just try to not and uh, she said, I know that that probably I was going to hear his name, and we are approaching this encounter. I just, directly like this, it's not what I was expecting. But yeah,
I have a question. If we just encounter him here, can't we just give him the box then? We don't have to go out to his townhouse. We could just be like, "Oh, we heard you were here. We're here to deliver your package. Here you go," and just be over with it.
Captain just, yeah, but we know if there is if it's here or not? This is another thing we need to uh, kind of ascertain. It's not like we are sure that uh, we need to get more info. And also, I'm afraid that if this woman that is being suggested to you knows that is the person to go for these kind of things, also means that he deal with the artifact. And I'm not sure how this can be counter interact, like go against us.
Can we get someone else to run the objects up to him, like who isn't us, and then have them sell it and then bring us the money back?
Are you trusting someone to give them what is probably worth, a year of it is like each one of those ball is like a lot of coins, and we don't know no one here that we can trust.
and there's no one else we could. I mean, that's been just noted as the person that we could sell to, but we don't know if there's anyone else that would be interested. Okay, let's table that for now and figure out the final sale price for our clothes, and then we'll come back to this.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's do this. Um, and when you go back to the rest, because this was very brief, you pretty much arrive when there is the last um, moment of discussion between Jarvis and this woman.
Okay. So I hear her say 500 a person, and I go, I I understand that you are the one of the best sellers in town from my friend. My friend told me that, and I do not doubt your I don't know, verisimilitude is not the word I would use. I don't doubt your I'm not saying that you're overpricing. I'm just saying that let's just talk about the price, you know? And I'm going to attempt a bargain of some sort with her.
Okay. And what kind? And do you wanna take
Uh,
over from what Jarvis is doing?
yeah, I'm just like, I'm not going to be rude to Jarvis. I'll just be like, I see that this is a little bit high, and my friend here, and I'll kind of like, I'll try to get him involved in the conversation, right? And I'll be like, and try to get the price down. I'll be like, this doesn't, again, she's a business
Mhm.
person. She's trying to make money. But I still think that she's probably shooting high because that's what we were told. We were said that even
Hmm.
people who are tourists, even if they're friendly, still get charged a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Well, and she also said to us, and this is above table. She said that to buy the bowls would be too much for her. That's putting the bowls at about 3,000 silver. But now she's also trying to charge us 3,000 silver for our outfits. And so
Right.
those two things don't really jive together. And also the thing I was trying to ask her was, would we be better off trying to sell the bowls as a as a piece to someone? Would someone be more interested in them as a almost historic piece or a cultural piece as opposed to just melting them down to get the platinum out of them? So I don't know if we want to try to roll that together. And in that regard, I will give you a critical token to help us determine the information.
Another thing we could do is maybe give the relics to like a religious order, and then try to get like supplies and things from them instead. Be like,
Hmm.
these are
Hmm.
religious relics from another place, you know?
Hmm. Especially if we found someone that was Ichthian, Kisi.
Hmm.
Um,
Or at
uh,
least very interested in knowledge of like the tides and all this stuff, you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, that's one of the angles I'm going to try to work. But like I said, I'm going to in this moment, I will, since we're working together on this, I will give you my critical token to try to make this better for you
Okay.
or
So
easier.
I will attempt some sort. Do you want, is it persuade? Is persuade bargain, or is there some other stat I should be using?
Mm, I will say you can go for society or persuasion.
I'm gonna go persuasion. It's my stat.
Okay. That means, just so you know,
Yeah,
that the target number is higher.
fair.
Because in this case, you're trying to persuade someone without knowing their customs and etc. and what is supposed to be is considered correct during the bargaining or not.
Let me
If
check
it makes sense.
one other thing real quick. Uh,
You are getting an extra explodable dice, and so
correct.
society might be the better option if it ends up being
I only
significantly
have
lower.
a single dot in society though. That's the other
Okay, and
thing.
you've got probably what, three in persuasion?
Correct. Let
Yeah,
me see. Society.
that. So now you've got
Oh, sorry.
three.
I have two in society.
Okay,
So an extra dot. Hmm. Then no, I'll go with it. I'll go with Garvey's suggestion. I'll go with society, but with the critical token.
Perfect.
So you got 2.
All right. So then society is still under presence. Perfect. Okay. 2, and my presence dice is 4, 6 dice. And then I get an extra die from the critical token, 7 dice. Okay, and then lastly, I want to check one of Rock's special abilities. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
One die in the rice bowl for explosions. Sure. I'm going to use Saru
Mm-hmm.
before this encounter, and uh, yeah, okay. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll against TN9. So let's see. Because I want to see if I can get a critical success. Hold on. That's 6 before explosions. Okay. So, um, TN. So for TN, I'm rolling what presence?
So for
Actually, I don't have a dot in it.
yeah, so the highest and the lowest on presence. Yes.
Mm, all right, never mind. I'm just gonna go with a straight roll. Sorry. All right. Because I realized that no dot in that's gonna be a pain in the ass. All right. So let's see. Total of 7 dice, plus the critical token. 3, 4, 7 dice. Okay. Only 1 6, but that's fine. With 2, I only get to keep 1. I mean, I get to keep 2. So I keep a 6 and a 5. So that gives me 11. I re-roll
No,
the 6.
you get to keep 3 because you get to keep the critical token.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So total 16 so far. And then I'm going to re-roll the 6.
You can roll up to 2 sixes because one is from
There's
your.
only 1 6, so
Well, if this
16.
one, if you roll another,
You
if you roll
re-roll
another
another
6, then.
6, you can roll
Oh,
again.
okay. Well, let's see if that happens.
Mm-hmm.
4. Okay, so 20. And then I get my bonus for my presence, which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 23.
Okay. So thanks to the fact that you chose society instead of um, persuasion.
Persuasion.
I feel like that was a conversation that they had where he's like, he's going to start persuading, and Garvis like, no, 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 talk to them in there. Okay.
You're, you need to remember, like, you're talking with a person that is from a different culture, so you're trying to adjust the way that you are, try to convince them, and etc. It take a bit, okay? It take you a couple of moments. Uh, you feel like you're stumbling a little bit in a couple of times. After a little bit of back and forth, she goes down to 400 per person.
Fine. And I'll also throw in the idea that I'm like, and because obviously, if this is a good job, I'll recommend you to people I know and things like that.
Uh, she she kind of appreciate, but that's not the way that it's like she business works in a different way here, but
Sure.
she she appreciates. So it so 2,800 silver in total for 7 people.
Okay.
Of course, less 400 if it's only 6. She needs
Does she?
to know at least tomorrow for a complete confirmation that if this other person exists, is is in there or not.
Does she also answer the thing about whether we'd be better off selling the bulls to that person? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Or if the
Shah.
Zavalik, yeah, Zavalik. I wanted to say Charles Vane, so I don't want to
We
say
don't
that.
want to sell to Charles Vane.
No.
Okay.
Or would the bulls bring more value if we sold them as bulls to someone else who might be interested in?
Okay.
I
So
wonder if you saw my messages.
yeah, I was going to answer to this, and please, if in a moment when the other are not speaking, please just voice your question. No worries. It's always good to hear what other player think. So during the conversation, Otpot, you are observing and listening. The poise facade of this woman is very calculated. She's moving slowly, kind of hypnotic. She's talking with a very welcoming voice and etc. At the same time, you recognize that this person is studying each one of the people present. And yes, to answer your 18, I will say this. You don't think she understand. She saw the platinum and she thought, okay, it's a lot, but she doesn't understand why. Like the fact that it's from Rikisi is something that she doesn't get it. It's like, yeah, so it's like, this is platinum. You guys are selling platinum here. I don't have that kind of, money here flowing, but not that kind of. You need to go to someone higher. That is the reason why she suggested Zavelek Shar, because he's probably the most influential and most rich person around here. Going back to Jarvis, she suggested maybe you can go and talk with the clan of the Hekasokeb at the shrine.
Which is where we're going anyway. We keep getting told to go there, so I think that's where we need to go.
Lastly, can we talk about the jewelry that Lady Carla Carla gave us, and see if she's interested in that? Because she might be interested in jewelry. It's jewelry.
Yeah.
Definitely more her wheelhouse and bulls.
Yeah. No, she will try to look at them. It's the necklace and a couple of earrings and 2 rings that Carla will put down, and there is going to be some discussion and etc. I will consider the role that you already gave me, because I don't like you guys to keep rolling dice. I just prefer to go with what you guys already achieved or not. There is going to be at the beginning something around like, oh, I'm going to give you 300 for this one, I'm going to give you 600 for this one. But by the end of it, you realize that she will give you more if you push a little bit. And with some convincing, you sell the necklace for 1,800. The hearing for 600, and the 2 rings for 400 each.
Is that almost the same price, well, as the clothes? Because that's gonna be funny if we go, okay, and we'll just buy the clothes.
Let me check. I'm going to say actually it's more.
Okay, so we'll get
Yes.
back. Yeah,
She will offer you 3,200 in total, and the clothing will be,
paid for it, basically.
yeah.
I think that's a good deal because then we could just have the clothing set and then we get money back. Like, does that, I mean, that jive with you guys?
Um, yeah, obviously we still need to answer the thing about Geraldine, but yeah, no, that works. I think that's a good way to resolve this, and then we still have the 3,000 for the bowls.
And then that way they don't have
Yeah.
to give us all the money and then they could just do the trade items and then give us money.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
What was up, Pop Pop?
Yeah, Hot Pot at some point kind of like leans into Jarvis and says, like, look, I know that platinum is rare and valuable,
Hmm.
but people can buy platinum any day of the week. How often are they ever going to find bowls, platinum bowls from Rikishi? Like
Hmm.
that has that's like something that goes from uh being scarce to absolutely rare. Like so
Yeah.
I just want to advise, I don't think that we should shortchange ourselves with these because
Yes. I,
we
I,
will
I agree.
we will never find this again, and 99.99% of the population, I mean, will never encounter this opportunity again. I mean,
Um,
this is like one in an astronomical number.
yeah, I agree. I agree, and that I think that her suggestion of going, we already need to go to this shrine to talk to the guide, and I think that might be a better place for us to try to deal with the bulls.
I mean, we
We
just
may
have to
find
find the right.
we may
We
find
have to
someone
find
who
the.
is willing to give
Sorry.
us, yeah, we may find someone that is willing to give us, 1,500 silver per bowl as opposed to 1,000. So we don't want to shortchange ourselves. You're absolutely right.
okay. So I think we've reached a deal with the close, and if our party member doesn't come with us, we can just take that as money, right? And then we'll all be set. We'll have our clothes, we have some money, you have some nice jewelry. I think that's a pretty good deal, and we're just going to move on to our next location that we need to visit. If
Okay.
it, and I'll thank her for her business, and I'll try because I did roll the society roll to mimic sort of like thank you for business, and I'm gonna move on.
She touch her forehead, touch her lips, touch her heart, and just gesture to you.
My heart and gesture back, and then we leave.
Okay? And that's what you're doing. And there is a moment where you guys are traveling and feel like, okay, so this is going well. You guys get a little bit of money in your pocket now. You got a silver coin. They are more local because, of course, yeah, silver is silver, but there is different effigies and etc. depending where you're going. Uh, so you are getting right now 400 silver on in your pocket on top of what you already had. And you got to the um, the quarter where the area where you're supposed to get to the shrine, and in the middle of it, when the main time you're running and etc., you suddenly see someone just bashing against the captain, shouting something in Egyptians, and start running away.
Having something
So
Ichthians?
Egyptians,
Oh,
the local language.
okay.
Did he pickpocket her? I just look. It's my reaction when I see someone slam into someone. I
Yeah.
just look over, be like, "Did he pickpocket the captain?"
The captain just immediately touch and etc. And yes, you realize that this
Yep.
person over there where they just took your money.
As soon as he uh, bashes into her, Jarvis would react to 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 grab the person. He's not, especially after what Hot Pot said. He's not messing around with this.
Yeah, Hot Pot immediately runs after the thief.
Okay.
Hot Pot is going to deliver quick and ruthless justice.
Okay. And because this going into kind of initiative,
Uh-huh.
we are kind of closing here for tonight.
I just thought it was funny that my character just goes, "Nope, she's been robbed."
And um and we are closing the session in the middle of this moment of action. We got clothing coming your way. We got information, a lot of information about this place. And you didn't find the arena yet, but you got names, more than one, and you also know that you are much closer to your enemy than you thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you are ready to take a life,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. We'll
Yeah.
see what's gonna happen next session.
Yeah.
So, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone for playing. Thanks for my players, and see you next time.